Hey, beautiful. Welcome back to another episode of To All the Girls Out There. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Today, we have a guest that is kind of close to me, I guess, or may not play an important role in my life. Anyway, I wanted to have today's guest on because of the way that they carry themselves. They carry themselves very well and with respect, even when the world and your peers or their peers may look at them weirdly for doing so. And so I believe this person has persevered through a lot. And also I've heard through the grapevine, I don't know how true this is, but people call this person an it girl. I have to emphasize on I heard. This is apparent. I don't know. But anyway, today we have my sister. Woo! And she's wearing glasses because she's weird, and she's wearing her secondary school tie.
To be taken seriously.
If you see her right now, it's a joke. Think of Nico when he was running for mayor. That's what she looks like.
I look legendary.
Anyway, how are you feeling, Khadijah?
I'm feeling great. How are you feeling, Fatima? Are you feeling good?
Yeah, we've been supposed to record this like
The time.
a very long time.
How long now? Like 2 weeks.
And I think it's worse when you live with the person because it's like, oh, we can do it whenever. But anyway, hey ho. Huh?
I don't live with you. We talk about
Nothing. Anyway, Khadijah. So when I did the intro and I was explaining how like growing up in this generation and having different values or different ways of, you know, being or different ways of life, like, and being able to keep to that when everyone is following the masses. I know it's something that you have and still do maybe struggle with. I just wanted to ask you, what do you feel like you struggle with the most being in this generation, right?
I don't want to say not following the crowd because I never really follow the crowd anyways, but it's more like comparing yourself to like other people. And not in the sense where like, oh, I want to be like you or blah, blah, blah. It's just like sometimes people be doing certain stuff or like they laugh at certain stuff and they do things and it's just like, oh, I wish I found this funny or I wanted to partake in these things. But I don't really like that's not me. And it's hard when there's like a lot of people like your age that like that kind of stuff or like they do. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, a little bit. So you're kind of saying, it's not, it's just that because so many people like a certain kind of thing, you don't like it and you don't really force yourself or fake it to like that thing. But
Exactly.
because of that, it still means that you are left out and you kind of wish that, oh, I wish I did like it. I wish I
Yeah,
did
I wish
enjoy
I
it.
did
Because,
exactly.
yeah, because then if I did, I would be able to, engage with you guys and
And this is not me saying I'm better than anyone or anything like that. Like, obviously, you like what you like, but there's just certain things where, like, I can't. That this is not a bit of me.
mm.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of like some of those things?
I'm trying to think of a good one, like a proper example. Like, this is not like a hate to anyone that goes, but going to motives, that I don't. That's not like I see videos and it's like, oh wow, you guys look like you're having fun. But I know that if I was to be put in the motive or like there where everyone's doing all of that kind of like stuff, I wouldn't enjoy it. Like I could maybe, but that's not my kind of scenery. And especially now that I've joined college, you hear people talking about it every time. Oh, you're going to this AP, oh, this party, this motive, blah blah blah. And I'm just there like, see, you guys seem like you're having fun, but this is not a bit of me because the things that they be doing there is just like, no. Like, if it was just like a normal average party, then maybe. But I don't partake in like those kind of activities. So it's kind of like, well, I wish I liked it, but I don't. Yeah. And even it's just like, yeah, like smoking, like I don't even, you know me, I'm really picky as well. Like I don't even like energy drinks, so like alcohol like that, and people we go after college, oh, we're gonna go smoke this and da. It's just like, oh, guys, I like your little side quest, but I don't smoke, so I don't business, you know. Well, another thing, dating as well. Like these people, talking stages, this person, that person, I don't partake. So it's just like,
So do you feel like you found people in your generation who have similar mindset to you, or
yes, but no at the same time. For example, my closest friend, Louisa, I love her so much, but she has like the same mindset as me, but I think it took her a bit of time to get there, if you get what I'm trying to say. But there are some people, but then there's people that they have morals and they have like their things that they know they should do, but they just get so caught up in following the wrong people that
mm-hmm,
you don't really see that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's so easy to have things that you don't like and things that you know is not for you. But there's some people who will still know that and still go and do it. Do you get what I'm saying? What is it, do you think, that makes you not go to do those things?
Because me, when I don't like something, you can't force me. Genuinely, like, I can't, even when it comes to people, if there's someone that I don't like, I can't sit here and pretend to like you either. Like, if I don't like something, you don't like something, and it's not by force. You must partake in these things just because everyone else is doing it. You know you don't like it, so why would you go and do it? So I
Mm,
just, like, yeah,
But I just feel like sometimes it is easier said than done, innit? Like,
it's true.
for us, I think we've always kind of been like that.
But it's
But
from childhood as well, because mummy and stuff.
yeah, yeah. So I feel like for some people, it is a bit different because people just don't want to be left out.
Mhm.
People don't want to feel left out. People want to um fit in, essentially. And I feel like especially in that time of secondary school, everyone's just trying to find their tribe.
Yeah, but
And it's a dark era. People will, if you're not strong enough and if you don't have that mindset, people will come for you. And nobody wants to be that person.
it's also a thing where your morals and what you like and what you don't like have to be stronger than your desire to be liked. You know, like if there's a bunch of people that you don't really like, they don't align with you, I wouldn't sit there and befriend that person just for the sole purpose of me wanting to be like part of the crowd or not be lonely. I think you should be able to like sit alone by yourself if you know that there's people around you that you don't particularly like align with or really like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why there's another thing, like, I do want you to touch up on, but I know can be quite a sensitive topic for you. But I just want to speak about that moment in time where, you didn't have a lot of people or didn't have a lot of friends. Yeah, because there might be some girls out there who don't have friends or who have trash friends. So yeah, can you speak more about that time, please?
Alright, so in year 10, there was the time in life where let me just set the scene. Year 7, year 7, year 8, year 9 times, I had a friend group, right?
Okay, wait, so year 7, here in the UK, year 7 starts at the age of 11 years old. Up to year 9 is your
14?
14? Yeah,
14,
14. So I
yeah.
don't know how that is in any other grading system, but I can just explain the age. So 11 to 14 years old, basically. Yep, go on.
Yeah, from that time period, I had a group of friends, but when it comes to friendship groups, I've always had like one person that I'm actually close with, and then the rest is just like I don't dislike them, but they're not really my friends like that. I'm mainly in the friendship group for that person. So year 10 comes around, and that friend group kind of starts like splitting into their own little thingies. And I just got to the point where it's just like, well, I'm not going to say I don't like these people because I did like them, but I don't really have a close bond with you guys, and I don't have the desire to have a close bond with these people. So I'm just going to take a step back. and be alone, because it's better than forcing something. Like, I don't like to force things ever, like in friendships. If I have friends, I will have friends. If I don't have friends, I won't have friends. And that's what ended up happening. So year 10, I was alone for most of the time. Like lunch and break times, I would either walk around or read or something, which probably should have done something more productive. But hey, I walked around and did absolute niche. And yeah, like that was my year 10, because I just thought like, well, I would much rather be alone than be surrounded by people that I know I don't really like and I don't necessarily connect with, just because I'm scared of looking lonely or scared of being lonely. So I just sat by myself, and eventually I did end up year 11 making new friends. They didn't last. Some friendships lasted, some didn't, but I did eventually end up finding a group of people that I ended up liking. So in like time, as time goes on, you will end up finding your people, which is why I would never sit and make friends with people that I know I don't like because I'm scared of being alone. Yeah.
How did that time feel for you in year 10 when you was alone?
It was sad. I was really like, sometimes I would literally come home and cry, because for me, it was just like, it wasn't like, I've never, in my whole 5 years of secondary school, I've never had any problems with anybody, never had any beef, and no one has ever well, as far as I'm concerned, ain't nobody said they didn't like me. So the fact that I was nice to everybody and liked by everybody and still had no friends for me, was kind of like, well, what's going on here? Like, why am I alone? Because I'm not, of course, everyone has their flaws, but like, not me, you know? Why am I alone?
Mm.
And then I realized, you know what? School is just 6 hours of a day. There's 24, and then I have my sisters at home. And it's not even like I had no, I had friends. I just wasn't with them in school, which made no sense either. But life is life, you know. You end up finding your people eventually.
Mhm.
So
And
yeah.
that's the thing that's so important, and I wanted to highlight, because girls will think, oh yeah, I'm gonna be lonely because I don't like, I don't want to be around people that I don't align with, and think it's going to be some easy thing. It's not. No, like at the end of the day, you want connection. You want to have friends. You want to be around people. This is not about, hey, I want to be lonely. I don't want to have friends. But it's just about knowing yourself, knowing your values and your morals and your energy as well. Because if you're constantly around people that you don't like, that suck so much of your time and so much of your energy. And like I said, for Khadijah in that time, like, I know it wasn't an easy time. Obviously, me being her sister, when she would come home, I know how it felt for her. But at the same time, because she had those morals and those values, she knew that, hey, I don't want to be in these friendships. And it's not in the way of, I'm better than you or anything. It's just like, we don't align, and if I'm with you for all the time during break and lunch, like, I will feel drained at the end of the day. And that's an important thing to know and to remember. um but yeah, to those girls out there who are lonely, Khadijah, or you know
Or if you're in a friendship group and I don't want to say don't like the people, but you don't necessarily bond with them, just go solo. Like, I remember my year 7 to year 9 friendship group, and as funny and as nice times as we had, I used to sit there at break and lunch in silence half the time. Like, genuinely. And they were nice people. They were cuties. I liked them. But they just weren't my people, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to be alone. I feel like people these days have issues with finding comfort in their own company, which is really sad, because I think my company is probably like the best. Like, you know, being alone is so therapeutic. Like, you should be able to sit alone and be fine. Like, be okay with. I think you should be okay to have comfort in your own company.
yes, I think it's something that's very important. But how do you begin to take those steps, or how did you find comfort in your own company?
Just find other things you like, or find like other outlets of happiness. Like me, reading. I love reading. If you are going somewhere and you know there's people that you don't really want to talk to, or blah blah blah, bring a book and read. Or if you're going school, you have no friends. I don't know. If you like drawing, bring a sketch pad, draw whilst you're alone. Bring a book, read, solve a Rubik's Cube. Like, there's so many things you can do. There's so many hobbies out there that you can pick up, or talents that you can pick up whilst not, like, fam has always said this to me, like, like, you don't have friends, you don't have anything to do right now. So make use of that time, do something with that time that you have, because there will come a time where now you have friends and you're going out here and you're going there and you don't have time to pull things into yourself. So do things, be boss, like, do something. Yeah.
And make use, especially if you're in school, if you're in secondary school, use your teachers, use the facilities that you have. If you're just one student, I'm sure if you're into music, your music teacher wouldn't mind accommodating for you in their music room. Or if you're into, I don't know, like art, going to your art teacher to paint, or sitting in a classroom. Like, I don't know, but make use of those things that you have. Those are also important. Khadijah, you know what else I wanted to ask you though? You know, for example, like you said, you was alone in school all the time. That fear of looking dumb, how was that like, and how did you navigate that?
You see, my thing is with the people in secondary school is, I say this in a nice way. The people there, how do I say this how do I say this in a not rude way? Like, you just shouldn't care what other people think, because they might think you're dumb for walking around on their own, but who's dumb because you're sitting with people you don't like?
Yeah.
You're sitting with people, I'm alone, but you're there and you don't even like the person that you're sitting with. You're sitting there knowing this person is going to go home and tell your business to the whole world, or they're going to talk about you, or they're going to do this, they've done that. I'm not doing that. I don't do with that, you do. So you can sit and think I'm dumb, I'm stupid. You can think that. Think what you want, because your opinions of me is your own. Like, that's not mine. Like, that's not my property. Yours. So if you want to think I'm dumb, you can think I'm dumb. But if you actually sit and think, oh, well, this person's talking about me, this person's talking about me, this person's, all these people you're surrounded with, like, are telling your business or doing up nonsense, you will understand who's the really dumb one. Because it's not me.
No, it
Yeah.
really gets like that. You really have to think like that. And again, it's one of them things where it's not fully easy still.
Mm. We also just have to remember the world is so big, but it's also so small. Like, we are just like the tiniest speck of the universe. Like, it's literally not that deep. Like, these people, they're all gonna die. And so are you. Like, it doesn't matter. We all face the same fate at the end of the day. So who cares what they think? They can think you're stupid, you're dumb, you're daft, you're this, but you're gonna die and so am I. So what difference does this make? I think life is too short to sit here talking about this person's gonna think this person's gonna think that. Do what you want.
Tell them again. But okay, so cycling back to this generation then, what do you love about the generation?
The humor. I love, me, my screen time is all time high. I love the jokes. Sometimes they can take it too far. I mean, that's one of my favorite things. Like
Elaborate.
how we bond over the most randomest things. Like GCSE TikTok, that was hilarious. I love how we all just joined together and made memes about like you just make memes over the randomest of things, and it's so funny. Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely is. I think we had the best GCSE TikTok though. But
no,
I couldn't even know.
you weren't there for mine. Yeah, but we had like the football interviews. You guys didn't have that.
Oh, you guys had football interviews?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're the
slay.
first year to do that. So,
What was it?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Giving her flowers. So, Khadijah, we're going to do giving her flowers. I'm sure you already know of it. But this is a moment dedicated to honoring and showing appreciation for a woman or a set of women in the world, because we are put against each other quite a lot. And we want to do the opposite, bring each other up and uplift each other. So I want to ask you, is there a woman or a set of women that you would like to show appreciation for or give flowers to?
First of all, we have to start with the obvious. Mummy, we have to give flowers to Mummy because I just think she's just so cool. Like the way her life story is just so cool. Like the fact that she moved to the UK not knowing any English, raised 3 kids here. I'm not gonna say not knowing any English because she did learn it, but even that, learning a whole other language, being introduced into a whole new family, and I want to say two whole new cultures, because obviously the UK culture, but then you also have Jamaican culture, and then adapting really well to that, and then obviously, yeah, and then also her sister Chatamati. That's my auntie, by the way, like my mom's sister, because life in the UK just isn't easy, man. She came here raising her 3 kids, and life is hard. I can't. It's hard, man. So I want to give my flowers to her because, yeah. Why are you looking at me like that for?
I don't even know what I look like. I can't see my face.
I'm gonna also give flowers to my little sister because even though I was very not nice to her when I was younger, she still continues to be a great sister and occasionally give me good advice. Occasionally, sometimes when I need her. And she's always there when you need her. If you want to talk to her about anything, she's always there. And she's hilarious as well. Don't tell her I said that, but she's so funny. So it's nice to have
Yeah.
her there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I don't really like this person a lot because they're a bit annoying because they're so jarring and they got a fat nose. But Fatima, I would like to give my flowers to you because because you're really like a lot of me, the way I am is because of you. The way I think, a lot of it is influenced by you. Um, and I think it's really like having you as a sister is really motivating, seeing how like even when things don't always go to plan or don't go your way, you keep going and keep trying. And I feel like you've always been like that as well. Like you always keep trying, keep doing things, and you always fight for what's right. So like I want to give so many flowers to you because you're just really cool. Sometimes.
Thank you. How do you sleep at night? I never even fight for your right. Guys, I just want to quickly say something. She keeps saying Fatima. People always say Fatima, but my name is actually Fatima.
Fatima. Sorry.
Um, but yeah, sometimes it's just hard to pronounce the T, myself included. But thank you, Khadijah. Thank you. That was lovely.
Yeah.
Come from a family full of great women. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. I'm grateful to say that. Yeah, question time. Where do you feel like your self-worth comes from? Maybe let's rephrase it so like we can like dig into it. So maybe before we think where does your self-worth come from? Maybe what does self-worth look like to you?
What does self-worth look like to me? Okay, self-worth to me, I think it's just knowing your morals and standing on it, and like knowing who you are and not letting anyone tell you differently. Like, someone can come here and say, "Oh, you look like a gorilla," but in your head, you're the most beautiful person on earth, so you literally just don't care because, like, just not letting what other people say get to you and taint your own views of yourself or the world or anything. So it is to me. Yeah. And it's not like, oh, not letting anyone do you wrong or blah, blah, blah. Those things are bound to happen. But like just knowing w- what is right and wrong in your, like, for you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Do you feel like you fully embodied that for yourself?
Try my best. Like sometimes you get caught up in situations and react in a way where you don't think you should have. But I think for the most part, yeah. Like you always go, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's something that is like an ongoing journey. Like what do you mean by sometimes you find yourself in situations where you don't react the best?
Well, you see, when it comes to like emotions, you always end up sometimes like it always taints your view on things or like how you react. So let's say something happens and you get upset or angry and you start shouting and screaming at people when you know really and truly you should just walk away. That hasn't happened to me as of late, but that's like an example. Or you get really, really sad and you think about something and then you think, oh yes, now I have to get like revenge, and you do something and then end up regretting it. Like that's what I mean. Like, you know, like those kind of things.
Yeah. And that's something that you're still trying to navigate, basically.
Anyways, I think I'm getting better at that. Like, knowing when to take a step back. Still a work in progress.
You said that you're trying to, what's the word? Not retaliate or like kind of let your emotions control you or react to allow you to react in a way that you would regret, right? That's something that you are trying to work towards. And you said that, you feel like you're getting better at it. Um, it's something that maybe before you would have struggled with a lot more and now you're not struggling with it. But I guess what are the kind of steps or realizations and stuff that you have come to or things that you've learned that have allowed you to get to this point now where you're not reacting as much as you would have before?
Yeah, I learned that not everything requires a reaction. Like, you don't always need to shout back at people, you don't always need to get revenge, and sometimes you always even need to explain yourself. You just let things be. Obviously, sometimes, yeah, you can explain or whatever, but it's not everything or everyone requires energy from you. It's not worth it to shout and scream at someone when it's not gonna get you anywhere. At the end of the day, nothing's gonna be resolved. Or to send a fat paragraph cussing someone out, like, that doesn't do anything at all. If anything, most of the time, those kind of things just make things worse. And I've also learned, like, to not even in terms of, like, arguments with people, like, just getting I used to get really annoyed and frustrated with things. Like Geometry Dash, that game was I used to get really annoyed and frustrated with.
Sorry, wait, guys, I have to tell you, when we were younger, my mum bought this beautiful tablet. It was like a really flat Sony tablet, and I loved it. Like, was it our first one? It was our first
Yeah,
ever tablet. I was like, yes, this is so cool. We've got a tablet in the house. I went to school. I think it was school. Yeah, school. Come back one day, the tablet is cracked and bent. I was livid. I was like, how the hell did this happen? Come to find out, Khadijah broke it because she was angry at Geometry Dash. She didn't accidentally drop it. Nothing. She got so angry, she just bent the tablet and it... Guys, what the hell? That is just an insight. Yeah,
I had really good anger issues when I was younger.
but that was a very long time ago. You were talking about like how before you used to react and get angry.
Oh yeah, like even when it comes to like just things that are beyond your control, like you can't sit there and get angry and upset about something and then not do anything about it. By not doing anything about it, I don't mean like, oh, go get revenge or or crash out. I mean like when I was younger, obviously as a fam, just mentioned, like I used to have really bad anger issues, and my dad used to sit down and like talk to me and tell me like, listen, I know you're annoyed and frustrated, and you get annoyed and frustrated at things, but what happened, you know? The thing that has caused your frustration or your anger or your upset, it's happened, right? Like you can't turn back the clocks and change that thing that's happened. But what you can do is move forward and see what you can do about this. Like, what can I do now? Cool. You've lost the game. How can you win the next one? Or, or like, I used to break my phone a lot. Okay, you've broken your phone. What can you do? How can I go about this to improve the situation? You know, because what happened. Like, you can't change that. It's happened now. But what you can do is see now what you can do moving forward to make things better. Cool, I'm going to be late for this. How can I get there quicker? How can I make it so that the repercussions of me being late isn't as bad? You know, what can you do moving forward? Because sitting there and getting angry or upset, and this goes for anything, it literally, take it from me, it doesn't do anything at all. If anything, it just makes things worse. This teacher's coming for you and you're getting angry and annoyed because they're coming for you. Screaming and shouting at their face is not going to do anything. It just makes things worse. You have to understand, like, being reactive 9 times out of 10 doesn't get you anywhere. You have to take steps to make things better for the future, because you can control that. You can't control what happened before. It's happened. It is what it is. Yeah.
That's the main thing to highlight as well, reaction, because at the end of the day, as humans, we have emotions. Like you might feel angry, you might feel upset. But allowing those to control you and to then react in the moment is what becomes the issue. Like, it's good to channel your emotions, but in a healthy way. If you're angry, crashing out at the teacher, like you just said, isn't going to fix the situation. If anything, it might just escalate your anger even more. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Or so finding those healthy ways and methods of being able to channel your emotions and so that you become less reactive towards things. And that thing that yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, another thing I wanted to say is, another thing I realized is being angry is actually a choice. Like, you can genuinely sit there and think, okay, I actually need to calm down because this is not doing it for me. Like, this is not great. Like, you can sit there and calm down. I think half of the time when people are angry, because you're so angry, you don't want to calm down. You don't want to find a solution to any problem. But if you actually took the time to sit there and be like, listen, there's no point in me getting angry. Let me calm down. Let me go for a walk. Let me drink water. Let me listen to music. I don't know, like listen to Quran. Like, do something to calm yourself. You can do that. And I think it's important that when you find yourself like in times of anger, you try and make the effort to calm down, because it's not impossible. You can do it. And I know that when you're angry, you just want to be angry, but it's not the way to go about things. And you can calm down. It's not impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. Because I saw something, but I'm paraphrasing and I don't know it properly. So you will need to check this out and find it for yourself. I might have a look and put it in the description. But there was a lady, I think she's some doctor or scientist, and research shows that when you feel an emotion, you only feel it for a very short amount of time. I can't remember how long it is, but I'm pretty sure it was only like a couple of seconds. After that, it becomes a choice. You're choosing to hold on to that emotion, but the emotion you feel, the initial emotion, you don't feel it for that long. Again, I will try to find it and put it in the description, but it does happen quite a lot, you know? Like we choose to, and I remember I would always have this conversation with people, and I used to say it to you as well, Khadijah, like when you're angry, I know a lot of the time you hear advice like count down, breathe, da da da, and people always be like, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work
The
because you don't.
reason, yeah, but also the reason it doesn't work is because you're not acknowledging that you're angry. You're not trying to actually calm down. Like, you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not going to do anything. Like, you need to actually be like, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm actually heated right now. Let me count to pull myself together. Like, do you know what I mean? You're like, you might be, okay, you know what? Cool. 1. Like, with the intention of trying to actually calm yourself down. But then also, it's the other thing, like, you see this book called, that I was reading, uh, The Courage to Be Disliked, right? And it was talking about a story of like a mother who was angry at her daughter for something. I can't remember, but she was angry. She was shouting at her daughter, yada, yada, yada. School teacher calls now. And all of a sudden, her voice shifts. Everything's cool. She's calm. She's talking like she's calm. Do you know whatever? You come off the phone now and you're crashing out at your daughter all over again. It's a choice that you've made. Because you have consciously switched up because you know that, oh, now you're speaking to the teacher. And like, again, that's not to say that you don't have emotions and you're not allowed to feel them. Like, yes, they are. They are real, but when holding on to them, I think it is a decision you make. And obviously if it comes to like, you know, deep, deep, deep things, then that's one of them things where I again would recommend getting professional help and trying to get therapy for things with deep wounded things. But other than that, with day-to-day things, like when I wake up in the morning and like my siblings have finished my juice or whatever it is, I get angry, but
I don't do that.
sometimes I have to tell myself whatever. I have to tell myself like this is your choosing to be angry. Like I would have to like, you know what, whatever. Because if it was someone else on the outside of my friend, I'd be like, oh, you know what, it's fine. But then when it comes to family or something, like that's a decision you make because you know you can take it out. That's not to say that my feelings were invalid. Like I have every right to be angry at the fact that they took my drink that I bought for myself that I was looking forward to the next day. Why wouldn't you be annoyed? However, is it worth like ruining my whole day over? No. So, you know, let me enjoy the rest of the day and other things I have coming on. But yeah, do you ever feel tempted to like lower your standards or change the way you carry yourself because of the people around you?
Not change the way I carry myself. I'm sorry. I quite like the way I carry myself. Like I think, mm, but I do sometimes feel tempted to be like, oh, maybe I should just, maybe I should just like be less. I don't want to say strict, but be less like yeah, exactly. Be more easygoing and not. Oh no, I don't do this. Oh no, I don't think that. Oh, I don't think that. Always that. Oh, I'm mature. Oh, I don't think that joke is funny. That's quite rude. Like I feel like I'm killing people's vibes sometimes, but it's just like
Yeah.
there's certain
It's
things that
it's crazy though, because I find it interesting how that happens. Because it's like I actually feel like you're quite an unserious person. Like, do you see what I'm saying? No, but as in, like, she's so like, you're such a jokester. Like, you always make jokes and stuff. So it's just very interesting how people can look and feel like, oh, you're always like so serious. But I guess it's like the set of people that you're around, right? Because I don't think you're that serious. Like, you are serious. You just have certain values, that's it, that you don't want to be crossed.
It's not that I think people think I'm bored, well, some people do, but, like, it's just there's just certain things, like, there's certain things that people joke about or do, or even just the conversations people have that I'm just like, I'm not interested. Like, I'm really not me, man. Like, Love Island. Sorry, Love Island, it can be interesting, but I'm not about to sit here and discuss these people because that's just not a bit of me.
And then there's some people who get, this is the thing, like, there are some people who look at you funny for that. But then it's not like you are trying to say that you're better than them or anything because of it.
Exactly. If you want to go and do all of these things, if you want to drink, you want to smoke, you want to watch Love Island, go and do that. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying that I don't like that. That's not a bit of me. If you want to make your weird jokes cool, whatever, just do that where I'm not there. You know what I mean? But that's not me. Like, that's not for me. You can do that elsewhere. And I would even say Buddy Southwest, but I'll have a whole rant on that right now because I hate that show so much. That that show is is nothing but angry black woman propaganda, and I can give you okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into it.
No, let's not get into that. No, but honestly, I just feel like sometimes it can be so hard in this generation when you're raised to have certain values and certain morals, and um everyone kind of, what's the word, changes to fit into that, and then when you're not, you're the one that's looked at like you're weird.
Weird, yeah.
And then again, like I said, it can also make it a bit difficult to find friends or find people around you um that you actually get along with, because it's not like how do I explain it? It's not like you're not shutting someone off because they do things that you don't agree with, but you just don't engage in the things that they don't agree with, which is what they're doing, so it makes it difficult. Do you get what I mean? But then there's also other parts that you might bond with the same people who do those kind of things, you know?
I often find that it's easier to bond with these people individually than when they're in a group. Because I feel like when they're in a group, they end up putting on like a facade. Like, I'm not saying they become entirely, some people become entirely a person they're not, but oftentimes they try and like there's certain things they say that if we were just one on one, they wouldn't say that. Or certain jokes they make that if they were just one on one or three people or someone they were close with, they wouldn't say that. Certain ways they move, certain things they do, you wouldn't do that in your time. You're doing it because there's people there. Yeah, like I forgot where my point was going. I had a point, but I forgot where I was going.
I wasn't saying, I think, because I was talking about how they well, I was talking about how, like, it's not that you're saying you don't want to be with, like, you don't want to be with them entirely.
Yeah, like some people, they're actually really like. There's sometimes you look at people from the outside and think, oh, this group of people, they're so this, they're so that, they're so ghetto, they're this, they're bad. But if you speak to these people one on one, some of them are actually, they're either really smart, they could actually be mature and have morals, but they don't apply them because they want to fit into the crowd. Or they actually are talented, they can play piano, they can do this, they can do that. But when they are surrounded by like all of these people, it makes it seem as if like they're just so surface level and like they're not like great. But a lot of these people individually, they actually have, like, potential to be something more, but they just downplay it because they want to fit in.
Yeah. Again, it goes back to that thing of wanting to find your tribe and wanting to be around people, wanting like people to accept you, you know. Um, because I was even thinking two points that I wanted to make. First thing that I wanted to say was it's another thing because ugh, you were saying how you don't force yourself to be friends with and chill with people that you don't really connect with like that. But you were also saying how some of these people, they're really nice when you speak to one-on-one. So I just wanted to reiterate, and maybe you can elaborate too, on the fact that choosing not to be immediate and close friends with certain people is not the same as closing yourself off to getting to know people. And I just wanted you to speak more about that.
Yeah, like sometimes there's people. See me, I would like to. I think of myself as quite a social person. Like I would never judge a book by its character. Basically, there's people you see them. Everyone has like makes judgment of people when you first see them. It's natural. It's the human thing. People do it, but I think it's all important to give people a chance. You know, like to speak to people, to get to know them, to listen to them. If they speak and you're automatically like, there's some people they talk and it's like automatic. You're like, yeah, nah, never mind. I don't want to speak to you ever again. When there's other people, it's like you actually seem nice and decent. I think don't sit there and think, oh well, you smoke weed and you drink alcohol, so I'm better than you and I'm never gonna speak to you ever. I don't think it's a that thing. These people can still be good people. They just are taking things that you don't agree with. You just don't be with them when they do that kind of stuff and don't allow them to pressure you to do those things. But it's not that they're bad people. Everyone has their reasons for things. Everyone has their own journey, their own path. Maybe they'll get over it in the future. Maybe this is their coping mechanism. You never know. But don't sit there and think, oh, well, I don't like this. You do this. You do that. You do this. You go to these places. You speak with these people. So that means that you're bad. And I don't do those things. And I like people who drink matcha and don't drink alcohol. So I'm better than you and I'm not going to talk to you. No. And you never know, because these people could end up quitting that whole lifestyle, turn around, be the next Bill Gates, and now you lost that connection because you think that you're not better than anyone. Like we're all people at the end of the day. We all have our flaws. So it's important to at least give people a chance. There's people that don't do those things and are still waste men. And we're like, they're still like, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't partake in those like activities, but they are not good people. And there's people that do those things and they're great. It's important to give people a chance and not just shut them down off the jump because you see they do things that you don't, I don't say don't align with, but you don't partake in. It's different if you see someone and they're rude and they're shouting and they're screaming at people all the time and blah, 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 or they like, I don't know, they're rude to waitresses or rude to people. Or
Yeah, like
even like
character, they have like serious character flaws.
or even in terms of like you see like them boys that are only nice to girls that they find pretty and they're rude to the ones that they don't find attractive. Girls, don't be friends with boys like that. Don't be weird. Like those are not the kind of people that you want to involve yourself with. Just because they're nice to you, that doesn't mean that they're a nice person. Because when stuff hit the fan, they're gonna be rude to you too.
Literally, bro.
So yeah, like it's all about judgment of character, you
Yeah.
know?
Allow people, that's another thing that Daddy used to say, allow people to show you who they are. Give them the chance. And when they show you, you gotta believe them. You gotta believe them. But yeah, I feel like when you are yourself, or when you have those values and you know, like, these are my standards and my values, and I'm not gonna kind of back down from it, that gives people, people feel safe around you to be themselves, or that version of them that isn't performing because you don't perform. Because you were saying earlier on when like you speak to certain people and it's like, oh, you're actually really nice. Obviously, it could be that they're just again performing because of how you are, but then it could also be that you've given them that room to kind of show them that, hey, I'm not super duper like doing everything like the masses or whatever everyone else is doing, I feel like that is also something that might be the case.
Yeah. I always think it's important to be like open, like be a nice person so that people can come to you and feel like nice, like to talk to you. You know, it's not I don't like judgy people. Like, don't sit there and be judgy or not talk to someone because, oh, this person said that they're weird and they did this and da. You know, give people a chance. Even if they could end up being that person that everyone says doing you wrong or blah, blah, blah. But at least you know for yourself, you know, don't make judgments on people based on other people's judgments. You know, you have to have your own test of like character and judgment of people because you actually never know.
Yeah.
And that applies to everyone. Like, don't sit there. Like, I remember secondary school, there'll be sometimes people, like, they'll come and talk to you, and then people will be like, oh my gosh, why are you talking to her? This person, da, 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 da. Or, oh no, this person, da, da, da. Oh, they're so annoying. It's just like, they're talking to me, not you. So why are you?
Yeah.
And, like, what are you doing? Because you're saying, oh, they didn't know this, they, oh, da, 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 da. But didn't do that to me. And it's not, that's not, now, this is not me saying, oh, this person's rude to everyone, they're being nice to me, and da, da, da. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I mean, like,
It's all speculation
yeah, exactly.
and
Like,
Chinese whisperers. Because
mhm,
as in, like, more time, that person that told you this person did A, B, C, and D, they did that not to the person themselves that's telling you not to talk about. Everyone that's coming to you saying, don't talk to this person because this person did this and this person did that. This person didn't even do that to you. They didn't even do anything to you. This is just like one thing, and like this is like what everyone else is saying. It's different if you can actually see that this person's character is flawed. But you're just going off of rumor. No one speaks to this person, and now you think, oh, I'm not gonna speak to him because everyone is gonna look at me like I'm funny. And this again goes to that thing of what we were talking about at the beginning, the fake people. People have no values. Again, you're speaking to people who are only friends with you because of image or how it makes them look. The moment something comes out bad about you, they're gone,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And people will try and look at you like you're mad because you're walking by yourself. But you're here friends with people that, and again, you never know, innit? At the end of the day, you never truly know someone's intention. So we're gonna do If I Were You. So If I Were You is our situation scenario segment. So our previous guest would have left you a situation. You're gonna answer starting with If I Were You, give your scenario, and then you're gonna leave a scenario for our guest next week, right? Cool. So your situation is, how would you approach moving through discomfort to reach your goals?
reach your goals. Discomfort as in what? Like,
So I think it's more like you are trying to reach your goals, but you are struggling quite a lot. How would you navigate that?
just try to fall in love with the journey, man. Like, this is something, like, we've had a conversation about this the other day. Like, the way you're living your life now, like, don't take it for granted. You know, like, there's so many things that you have already in your life that when you reach whatever your goal is, you may not have anymore, you know? And I think it's important to appreciate those things because you get so lost in, oh, I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this thing, but you don't realize what you already have. I think it's important to appreciate what you have already. And I think that will make it a whole lot easier when you see, okay, I don't have this thing yet, but I'm working towards it. But I have these things already. I have these things too. And that's not me saying, oh, I have these things, so it's fine, so I don't have to reach the goal. No, you should obviously strive for your goal. Remember what you do have. Like, it's important to appreciate the things around you, the people around you, because you're blessed. Like, we're all blessed, alhamdulillah. Like, you have things, and don't take that for granted. And also, remember the goal. You know, it might be hard, it might be difficult, it might be moving really slow, but as long as you keep going, you will reach the goal. Like, I think that as long as you try, if you have a goal in your mind and you are trying actively, there is no way that it can fail, because you're trying. Like, you're trying, even if it takes 10 years, 5 years, 900 years, you're trying. And so inevitably, I believe that if you're trying, it will work. The only way that it won't work is if you stop trying. Now, obviously, sometimes things move slow and things don't work out, but sometimes you have to redirect and find another way to get to your goal. But as long as you keep adjusting to your end goal, you will reach it. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, little bit TED Talk, motivational speaker.
Mm.
I love that. Okay, Khadija, so what situation do you have for our next guest?
Okay, so I kind of have two. One of them is really similar to literally what we just said, but my second one is different. Okay, so the first one is, you're trying really hard to get to your goal, but you feel like you're not making any progress. Like, how would you go about it? It's really similar to what I just answered, but it's different. And then the next one is, you do everything, like, you're a good person, you're nice to everyone, like, but people still don't like you. What would you do?
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, so K.Dani, Khadija, um, what is important to you in a friendship?
It's important to me in a friendship. Uh, First of all, having the same morals. I'll elaborate after I give my second point. And second of all, having each other's back. Because there's so many friendships where you're just friends, but you're friends for the aesthetic, or just going out and party or blah, blah, blah. But I think it's important to have a friend that when stuff hits the fan, they're there for you. Like, they're always there. Like, if you are upset, you can go to them. If, I don't know, you're going through heartbreak, you can go to them. If, I don't know, you're at school. Let's put this into a school scenario. You're at school. Everyone at school doesn't like you. They say, "Oh, you're a waste, man. This person, this, you're wet. Oh, she's a this, she's a that." That friend is still there for you. They're sitting by your side, despite everyone saying all of this nonsense. And they're defending your name. They're like, "No, she's this. She's my friend. She's going." And she defends you even when you're not in the room. You see, now that is a good friend right here. Because there's so many people that they would sit there, especially when there's boys around. They sit there, their friends, oh, your friends are this, fam. Your friends are that. Oh, your friend's wet, fam. Oh, she did, apparently she did that. They'll sit there and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, oh, but that's my friend, eh. There's so many people that would do that. That I don't F with people like that. You have to have my back. I think that's really important in a friendship. Which is why I love Louisa. She's always there. And she doesn't listen to what other people say. Because another thing, some people let other people tell them about their friends. Why are you letting someone that doesn't know your friend tell you about your own friend? I have to have a friend that knows me. Like, will be like, someone could come and tell them something and be like, Khadijah would never do that. That's not even Khadijah. Bro, you said Khadijah likes Doritos, fam. She's even allergic to those, but what are you even talking about? Like, they have to know me. Like, I find it, like, this is like not that deep, but I find it so annoying when you have a friendship with someone that you've been friends with, I guess, for years, and they mischaracterize you. Like, they'd be like, oh, yeah, this is such a Khadijah thing. No, it's not. What are you talking about? Yeah. And then morals as well. Like, I remember there was this one time like from my year 7 to year 9 friendship group, where we went to a restaurant and we were finished and it was time to leave. And then everyone just left their stuff out. I was like, guys, are we not going to clear our stuff? And then one of them, I like them, but she went and went like, oh yeah, that's the cleaner's job. See, now my face is very expressive, so I didn't even say anything to her, but I just looked at her. And she was like, oh wait, nah, okay, sorry, we'll clean up. But it wasn't intentional, but she was just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Because what do you mean it's the clean? Like, you clean up after yourself, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really important to me
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah. It can be things that people underestimate. And I think they're things that you learn, especially friendships. Like, girlhood and friendships are such a beautiful thing. And when you have real, authentic, good friendships, they're so healing and they teach you so much. Like, you go back to saying, like, the friends that are just there for the aesthetic. Again, I feel like in school, I had a lot of that. But in school, it's different because it's school. You are quite limited to the amount of people that you meet. And again, like, you're younger and stuff, but being there for each other is very important.
Yeah, and I feel like another thing is having at least one good friend is better than having a whole bunch of friends as well. Especially when you're in secondary school, people get caught with the, oh, I'm friends with this person, I got oldest, I got this, I'm friends with this person, and they're bait. None of that matters in the long run. I think it's more important to have one person that you know has your back, one person that you know knows you, and they just align with you. Like, there's certain things that people tell me stories of their friendships, like their friendship drama problem. I'm thinking, Louisa would never do that. My friend would never, like, this. That's like my sister from another, like, mister. Like, that's my sister. She would never do that. Like, you have to have a good set of people around you that you know will have your back no matter what, through thick and thin. Hmm.
That's the other thing. Like, it's so important because it's not to say that sometimes you don't get annoyed or you don't get upset at your friends and stuff, but it's like, we're not just here just to go out and talk about little things like, oh, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. Yes, those are things that also happen in your friendship. Yes, we go out. Yes, we have fun. Yes, we this and that happen. Cool. But I'm talking about when things actually hit the fan. When your friend, when you guys are going out and her card declines,
Exactly.
it's
You
okay, I
got,
got you.
I got you.
And
Exactly.
that's not a problem. Obviously, again, if someone is pushing you over, yeah, it's a different thing. But being there when your friend is sick, I'm gonna go and visit her, you know?
Exactly.
And having the understanding and having empathy.
Also, another thing, a lot of people like to say, in terms of romantic relationships, oh, communication is key, communication is key. But I think that applies for literally almost every relationship in your life. Like, if your friend does something that you don't necessarily like, I would like to have a friend where I can go to and be like, look, listen, you did this. I don't really like that. And they'll be like, oh, okay. Or we talk about it. Not, oh, well, you did this in 1952, and then and I don't like it, but this person did this, and no, like, we have to be able to, like, talk about what we did wrong and be like, okay, cool, I understand that. Or no, oh, you're moving like I'm your boyfriend or something. No, you have to, because when you don't address things that irritate you or annoy you in a friendship, that's when resentment grows, like, towards the person. Like, you end up, like, being like, don't really like this person," but it's because there's you've left these things unresolved. You know, you can't have, like, someone can do something annoying and then you go to someone else and say, "Oh, this person did this," or da, da, da. You go to every single person except the person about what they did wrong. Go to
Yeah.
the person and be like, "Listen, you did this. I didn't really like this." Now, you've gone and said your piece. You've said what's wrong. If they react wrong, then you know that person is not for you, you know? But it's important to get things off your chest and be friends with people that you know you're able to address things when things aren't necessarily how you like them.
Mhm. Yeah. Literally 100%. I think I have an episode on this, but I don't know. I think it's on my private one, my private podcast. I'll put the link in, and it's on friendships and stuff. And being able to pick your friends, but I might even do another episode. We might have to do a whole episode dedicated to that, even though we spoke about it quite a lot. Yes, the other thing of like, we were speaking about being reactive as well, and it's so important as well to make sure that, well, in these things, when you have these kind of altercations, it will show you what kind of friend they are and the level of consciousness that they're at in terms of reactiveness. Because like I said, naturally as humans, you don't really want to hear anything bad about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone does come to you and does say something, your immediate thing is to react, to deflect, to defend yourself, or to come back at them to make you feel better about yourself. How can you say this about me when you did this and you did that and you did this, when the conversation isn't supposed to be about that? The conversation is supposed to be about, this is how I feel, this is how, and how can we change
Yeah.
to, so that it doesn't happen again, or so that we don't feel uncomfortable in the friendship again. Do you get what I mean? And in having those conversations as well, though, it's not about, okay, I share how I felt, and now all of a sudden the person's just supposed to say sorry and it's supposed to be done and dusted. That person might have feelings too. They might be a reason that they did what they did. They might feel like that what they did wasn't wrong because of A, B, and C, because you did something. And you have to be open to be able to hear that side as well. And sometimes when it comes to this thing of, okay, have a conversation and be able to say how that you felt uncomfortable, that is a good thing. And I see a lot of girls do this, where it's like they do that, but then when they don't like what they've heard, they think that that's a problem. Again, if the person is being reactive and being mean and being like, hey, you're the problem, da 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 da, oh, you did this and you did that, and why are you saying this about me? Yeah, that can be an issue. But if the person is kind of saying, hey, look, I think it's unfair that you've said that because I felt like this. Let's have an open conversation about it. Do you get what I mean? Because you don't expect it to be like, now you have to just apologize, say sorry, and never do it again. The conversation is a difficult conversation. It might not be, but know that it might actually be too. And you want to come to a position where it's like, okay, here, look, this is what I've done, this is what you've done. What can we do now so that this doesn't happen again? But yes, those conversations need to be had. And if I said again, like Khadijah said, it comes to a whole reactive, then you have your answer.
Big answer.
But what would you want other girls, especially girls who struggle with self-worth or friendships, to know about themselves or to know in general?
You have to know that you are the best. There's not another person like you. If someone doesn't like you, they are missing out, not you. If someone finds you weird, they are missing out, not you. And you have to know that in your head, because you're the best. Like, you don't like me, bro. You got something. You got something wrong in your head. But if they don't like you, they don't like you. But you're the best. So they're the ones missing out, not you.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think it's one of them things where you have to genuinely like say that to yourself. Because even Khadijah, yeah, and believe it. Because Khadijah in the house, like, she will say affirmations, but not affirmations in the way that, like, I look in the mirror and say I'm beautiful. Like, she will just, oh, I'm just so beautiful. Oh, wow. It's like, no, or like just things like that. Oh, because I'm just amazing, everyone. Or even things like, oh, I have 100 bands in my bank account all the time. And it's like,
Was
those are the things you have to continually say to yourself, and not in an arrogant and better than anyone way, but just in a, you have to be your biggest supporter. You have to be your biggest cheerleader.
And another thing is, sometimes when you have confidence in yourself and you like yourself, people always try to tear you down or make you feel some type of way because you think that you are great. Don't let them take you down. Because half the time they're coming from a place of insecurity. But when you sit around and go like, well, because I say, oh, obviously because I'm amazing and stuff all the time. But sometimes people look at me and like, it's just like, oh, who this girl thinks she is? Like, oh, why are you saying that? Like, oh, you're so wet. But it's just like, you just have to know who you are. Like, I think I'm so beautiful and so amazing. Some other people might not think that, but who really cares? Because I think that. Do you know what I mean? But when you have a high self-worth and have a high view of yourself, people are going to look at you like you are weird. Because I feel like nowadays, when it comes to women, like, they don't like to see women have confidence in themselves. A beautiful woman, knowing she's beautiful is a threat to everyone for some reason. I don't know why, but when you know that you are great and amazing, people are gonna not like that. And there's something you have to come to terms with. But don't like water yourself down because everyone is coming for you because you're amazing.
Mm. And you will feel pressure to do it.
You will. But you can't listen to them people because you're amazing. Why would I unamazing myself because you're annoyed that I'm amazing?
And if they're annoyed that you're amazing, you gotta say it again. It's just because I'm amazing. That's
Exactly.
why you're annoyed. Like, it's just because forever that girl. Do you get it? But it's easier said than done. I know people don't like that you.
You know what's so weird? I was deep in this the other day, like even from like tiny, like I always thought I was the bee's knees. Like I just thought I was the longest person. I just thought I was so amazing. Like I remember in primary school, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, this person's the prettiest in the primary school." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and the whole time I was thinking, "Bro, it's obviously me." Do you know when I went bold and I thought, oh, I just genuinely thought I was like just so like wow.
How do you distinguish being arrogant with like between having that confidence and knowing like you are amazing?
I think it's a thing where you know that you're beautiful and you know that you're amazing, but you don't think that you're better than anyone because of it. Like I sit there and look in the mirror and think, wow, I'm so beautiful, I'm so great. But that doesn't mean that other people aren't beautiful and great. There's other people that are beautiful and great. But I think that I'm beautiful and great. And I don't think that because I'm beautiful and great, oh, I'm better than you. I deserve more than you. Like, I'm just a way better person. That's not true. You're not better. No one's better than anyone. Everyone has their flaws, like I said before. But it's just important to know that you are the GOAT. Like, you're literally the best. And that doesn't mean that other people are not good. Like I mean, my TikTok has a whole pretty like I have got like 6,000 people in a pretty people collection. Like I love to admire people's beauty. People are beautiful. There's so many beautiful girls in the world, but just because they're beautiful, that doesn't mean I'm not. It doesn't take away like two people can exist at once. You're not better than anyone because you're beautiful. You're not better than anyone because you think you're the GOAT. So don't go around walking around being like, oh, well, because I'm beautiful, I can be. Oh, I hate the girls that are so beautiful. Like you look at them, they're gorgeous, and then they open their mouth and they're just rude to everyone because you've just ruined it. Like, don't think because you're pretty, you can act like you're above everyone else. You're not.
No one is. And there's something about the energy of someone that's nice. Like when you have such a beautiful energy, it's kind of like no, I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, when you have like such a beautiful energy, you automatically become more attractive or more appealing.
Yeah.
When you are but when you, let's say you do have a quote unquote like you're beautiful, pretty, whatever that may be, and your energy and your way you carry yourself is just so that stuff goes. Like you're not nice to be around. And I think I saw this thing, I probably saved it on my Pinterest somewhere, but if someone had to describe you, like, yeah, I don't know exactly, but I think it was like, if someone had to describe you to a blind person, what would they say? Like, in terms of your character? Or if a blind person was to describe you, like, how would they describe you? So, again, like, I'm paraphrasing this so bad, but essentially I'm butchering it, but essentially what it's trying to say is that, like, your inside, your character, who you are, like, who is that? Because if all of this push comes to shove, all your looks, everything is gone, what's inside? What's there? And it's true, because think about it. There's so many girls who, like, I know you wouldn't even have looked that guy's way if you saw him on the street, and then you meet him, you like his personality, and all of a sudden he's attractive. But I promise you, 2 seconds ago, like, if that was like a couple hours ago, before then you even cared. It's this thing, it with
Energy.
everyone, like, yeah, it really does speak, like, your aura, basically.
Yeah, it's a really big thing. Like, you can even be like someone who, in terms of society, is not considered conventionally attractive. But if your energy is top tier, you still be like, yeah. Because looks aren't everything. Your looks can be taken away from you at any point in time. Like, you literally never know. It's important to be like a good person on the inside. Yeah.
And you can be loved for that. Sometimes you think the only reason people can like you is because you're pretty, and yeah, like, some people do like you because of your looks, but that's very superficial. Like, yeah, that is one thing, but who are you on the inside? And so many people are liked because of who they are on the inside. And you find people that are liked just because of their looks. It's kind of the same thing as people who are liked just because of clout. You don't find sincere people
Yeah.
who love you for you, you know? Okay, so Khadijah, for the girls out there who are insecure and want to embody confidence, what advice would you give them, or what steps do you think that they can take?
First of all, don't look for confidence in external places. It has to come from within. Don't sit there and wait for posts online and need to have 5,000 people in the comments talking about, oh, you're so pretty, or have random boys come and tell you, oh my gosh, you're great, I want to have your snap. Or don't look for confidence in those places. When you look for external happiness, you will never be happy, or confidence or anything. You won't ever be happy. You have to sit with yourself and, like, work on your own view of yourself. Even if that's like just looking in the mirror and being like, well, my face looks great today. Or I'm just amazing. And then go about your day. Don't look for that validation in other places. Otherwise, it won't get you anywhere. It starts from.
So they have to start learning to validate themselves first.
So yes, if you post online, don't if you're gonna post on TikTok or Snap or Story, you think, oh, I'm posting this because I like my face in this. I am posting this because I like how I look and I want to push it out to the world. Not because, oh, I want everyone to think I'm beautiful, or I want everyone to think this. No, this is for you. This is all you.
How does a girl go about learning to build internal validation?
I think it starts with doing things for you. Like, when you are getting ready in the morning, you get ready because you want to look good for yourself. You do your hair. If you style your hair a certain way, don't do it because, oh, this person said when I did this hairstyle, they liked it. You do it because, oh, when I did this hairstyle, I felt good. If you wake up every day to put on makeup, do the makeup because it makes you feel good. Not because, oh, well, this person said that they liked the way I did my eyeliner that day. Yes, you can take that into account, but if it didn't make you feel good, then it's not going to fulfill you. You have to do the things that make you feel good. Do things for yourself, and you will have more confidence in yourself. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Khadijah, so much for your inspirational TED Talk. I hope that a lot of girls can take inspo. Hopefully next time we can do it and be in like
studio.
Yeah, hopefully, inshallah, and have time and have a proper, in depth and get into it, and we can get into maybe have a deep dive into like friendships and like obviously we spoke about it a lot today, but proper in depth, like because and the both of us, a whole episode dedicated to friendship specifically. So I hope you guys did enjoy that. Like I said, we covered lightly on some things. Next time, inshallah, we'll go a lot deeper. But before we do come to an end, I just want to ask if you could leave one message to all the girls out there today, what would that message be?
Kind of already said it, but 2 amazing people can exist at once. 2 pretty people can exist at once. I know in this world nowadays people like to compare themselves to other people. I don't know if like maybe if you've been cheated on, if there's another girl. I don't know. Maybe even just in general, people seem to think, oh well, I'm prettier than this one, so it's okay. Well, I'm better than this one because of it. Listen, 2 things can be true at once. You can be beautiful, she can be beautiful. You can be amazing, she can be amazing. And I think it's important people remember that. It's not a competition.
Thank you, Khadijah. So much.
No problem.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you for saving my life. But anyway, see you guys next week. Bye. Mwah.